Yours truly, residential jump-off TV member, is hosting the Wale show down at Revolution Live in Fort Lauderdale on December 1st with special guests Meek Mill and Pusha T, and MayBach from Two Dope Boys is DJing. So I just want to throw that shit out there. So any Florida residents that watch this show, come out to the show. We do our thing when we host. We hand out shots. We smoke weed. We get phone numbers, but we don't call them. And we have a good time. So congratulations to Wale for selling 162,000 sophomore Ambition LP. The debate is Wale's success based on his alignment with MayBach Music Group and Rick Ross. Take that shit away.
My only question is, would it have happened if Rick wasn't around?
No.
That's my only question. Like, would he have blown up and did his thing and be at these numbers if there was no Rose?
Well, I think that was the whole point of him signing with MayBach Music Group, was to up his awareness and his status. So it's not like it's a bad thing. That was the point. I think his sound is refined a little more. I think he's grown into his actual sound. I mean, Wale, it wasn't that Wale made bad music. It was that Wale is not personally favorable with a lot of people.
Wale was pretty big in the DMV area. Outside of that, it was kind of a question of who he was as an artist.
He comes off a certain way that just you don't know how to take him.
There's a lot of people who disagree with you and say he makes bad music.
I'm surprised because from his last album to this, there was improvement and a difference, but I don't see the big difference. And then there's a big number difference in sales, so I'm surprised.
People were surprised, but it was well deserved, well earned. So you can't really take nothing away from it.
Jasmine is absolutely right. Great points, Jasmine. I agree wholeheartedly. Wale's had all the major cosigns that a new artist could have. But also had a major stall out that most artists
don't recover from.
Right, and shouldn't have to fall victim to. And he got what a lot of artists don't get, which is a second chance. And he got it on the back of some fantastic A&R work.
You think that now he has more control over his music?
He has less control over his music. Ross is pretty hands-on. Those guys are pretty hands-on. But that's because he signed him for a reason. I think it did its purpose. He was supposed to blow up, and he did in a sense.
All that happened was what was supposed to happen. He was supposed to sell more, which was the whole point of joining up. Had he have sold all he wanted to sell with Interscope, he would have never joined with MayBach.
To have a mass jump from 30,000 to 162,000 is very impressive, and the quality of the work backs up the numbers.
Like, you're saying it like, how dare it double? Like, no, his numbers are supposed to double. That's the whole point of joining a crew.
I think what Wale's new numbers say, more than anything else, is the fact that I think it just points out that Rick Ross, if nothing else, is not only a star in his own right, but is now a certified star maker.
Ross is hot right now, and Wale made a good album. So I don't see how it would have failed.
Wale, 162,000, and he's on tour now, and he's got plenty of singles on that project to last until the middle of 2012. So if he plays it right, the tone could be, this could be the tone setter right here.
But now the profile is higher. Like, now
His profile is much higher.
He was doing that stuff anyway, and nobody really noticed or cared.
He was doing that stuff before, but he wasn't doing it with records that people give a fuck about. He's going around doing it now, and he has 600 bands. He's doing it now. He has the record with Jeremiah. He's doing it now, and he's got Bait. Like, he has records now that people want to rally around.
The whole point of making strategic moves is to see a higher outcome, and so this is just sending the message that the move worked.
Thanks in a large part to Rick Ross. I do believe he was
absolutely.
As hands-on as the man is.
Rick Ross's ear gave Wale new life.
And his ear for beats has never been in question.
It's setting the tone for the MayBach empire, regardless. You got Meek, whose mixtape is doing great. He's got a lot of material out there that's playing in the clubs on radios. You got Ross, who's coming December 13th, and then you got Wale.
Really a tireless work ethic. Just a lot of touring, a lot of moving around, a lot of doing shows, not turning dates down, and putting out quality music.
It's different than Triple C's because Ross was in Triple C's. Why do you want, if the lure is Ross, why do you need a group with him in it when you know that you can just wait 6 months and get a good solo album from him? He presented Wale is his product. Like, hey, I'm standing behind this guy. This is my artist. Check him out.
You can shit on Ross as much as you want. This man will pick out some shit that will make everybody sing along for months afterwards.
I'll go on record and say Rick Ross is the best A&R/artist in the game. Stamp that, certified.
And again, let's not forget, Wale came with a good album.
The young niggas actually selling records. So for Wale to come out to have a mass jump from
I have to supervise all confessionals now because of what happened last week.
Jazz knows what I bring to jump off. The people love me. I'll be back next week. God bless everybody at home, and God bless Jazz. By the way, did you see what I did this week where I was quiet and she had to dominate the conversation and those debates went nowhere? That's because Jazz was driving. Jazz can't drive. So you're welcome. I prefer to show rather than tell.
Jamal didn't talk because Jamal didn't have anything witty to say. That's why Jamal didn't talk. That's
Witty.
it. So, I mean.
So ironically, put it in quotations. Witty. Back to you, Jazz.
So next week, back to the same old fuckery with your host, Valerie Laura, and your co-host, Jamal Mech Low.
Remember, December 1st, Revolution Live. I'm hosting Wale, Meek Mill, Pusha T, and Ambitions and Swords right now.
Jerk!